Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the DLP Report podcast. This is the second part of our 2022 year in review, and I am back here with, the same usual suspect. Maybe I'm going to do it in a different order. So, we have Arvid from Travel to the Magic.
Hello.
Sadie from Disney Sadie.
Hi.
And Patrick from DLP 14.
I'm never first. Hi, everybody.
Sorry, Patrick. Next time.
Also, Ben didn't let us go home. This is like another day for you, but like Ben was like, no, nobody can do it. So this is like the same session for us. So we're prisoners until we get this done.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Jeff from DLP Town Square. Hey, Jeff.
Howdy do.
Taken
straight from Home Alone
yesterday. Anyways, so
we're all wound up and ready for the rant in December.
We're ready for the ride. So
I think we need to like blast through like July, August, September, November, October.
Right, Avengers Campus opened, Halloween happened, Christmas happened.
Okay,
right, food.
December. Yeah, just get us to December. Come on, Ben, get us to December.
July, last time we talked to you, yesterday, we ended up at the end of June, and now so we're enjoying it. And of course, July was all about Avengers Campus. I mean, we started on July 9th and 10th with the press event, and who showed up at the press event if none other than the back then CEO of Disney.
We don't talk about him anymore.
Oh, Bob,
we don't talk about
C.
Bob.
Bob C. I was lucky to be standing next to him for quite some time. I must say, it's so, when you keep talking about people from online and seeing them in videos and then you see them in real life, and I was like, wow, he's real. He's a real person. He kind of looks like a lizard, and he did make the trip for the press events. He kind of messed up half the speeches as per usual and talked like a robot.
It didn't really feel like he was there because he wanted to be there, right? It just felt like an actual, you have to go there because you have to be there. That's how it felt when I was standing in front of him. I was like, yeah, no. Can we do it?
And then we'll talk about the actual opening day where Josh D'Amaro showed up. Maybe it's on act, maybe whatever, but at least he's really good at it. And he genuinely looked, acted, excited, talked to everyone, smiles, everything. And it was such a difference from seeing Bob Chapek at the press event, just being like, what do I do now? Okay, yeah.
Even Natasha, from when Natasha was around the park, so like their previews and whatever, she was like so excited to like talk to people and was like really friendly, and like we've come a long way with Natasha as well. Like I don't want to be like getting on the Natasha bandwagon, but like at the start it was like we don't know, because we had like had Catherine or whatever, and we're like, oh, we don't know how this is going to go. But even Catherine was like, even Natasha, was like, whoa, like yeah, this is really exciting, blah blah blah. So like we like and Josh was like really like excited, and so was Jill. So like it was like everyone was like woohoo. But yeah,
I'm so glad they replaced Natasha with an animatronic. She's doing much better now.
I was gonna say, isn't the Chapek
that's
wow.
I was gonna say
that's
what they have.
I was gonna make the animatronic joke, but about Chapek
replaced.
That's so mean. You're a meanie.
No. It's I think it is a completely different situation when like Bob Chapek just doesn't give a shit. Natasha, I think, has a lot of anxiety of public speaking, which is honestly something they should have considered when they picked her. But she's great at other things, at running the company, which is kind of like the essence of the job. And like you said, she is doing a lot better with.
Yeah, she's grown in. I'd rather she grew into the role than being started strong. Was like, I hate this. I never want to do it again. I want like the ambassadors to just talk to me all the time, and I never want to do that. Whenever you see her in the park, she's not like, oh, stop talking to me. She's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. She's really like, you can feel like she's at least interested in what she's doing. It's not like, great, I have a spreadsheet to fill out later about how much I have to increase prices or whatever.
I mean, she has to do
Which
that
she
as well, but she is genuinely excited.
Patrick's trying his best to get us into December.
and to be in the parks. And when you meet her one-on-one and the cameras aren't rolling, she is not nervous, and she's very nice and very approachable. It's the speeches, and like you said, she has worked a lot on it, and she did really good at the opening of Avengers Campus.
And just because the only time I ever met Catherine was an AP event or something. Oh, fan days, absolutely. I met her at fan days. And the thing that was really unapproachable about Catherine was she had bodyguards. I was 6 people pushing me away, and I was like, oh my God.
Is that where you got the restraining order?
Yeah. That's when they're like, not him again. My pictures are backstage, and the princesses are like, this man is dangerous. But I don't know. But whereas with Natasha, whenever she's been in the parks, you can literally just always walk up to her hi, Natasha, and she'll be like, oh, hi, yeah, I remember you, blah blah blah, and she'll she's
does remember everyone, doesn't she?
You again. She's security, no, but whereas
she's Patrick, have you had a nice day? Yeah, I had to pay 17 euros for my food now. So
yeah, get me to December. No, but I've always felt whereas Catherine was beloved by fans, I feel Natasha has really grown into the role, and I really think that Avengers Campus, she was really excited for this to finally be here, and for people to finally be in the land and not just be posting pics on her Instagram account or whatever. So I think she did really well.
Yeah. And we also met Brie Larson, who was also so genuinely excited to be there and to have her own attraction. She was even walking around the place and just being such a cool, I don't know, of course she had bodyguard and everything. So it was really nice.
She made a whole vlog about it. She's genuinely so thrilled to be in an attraction.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you be? I want to be in an attraction.
Yeah, but
isn't it cool that we have celebrities? Isn't it cool that we have celebrities in an attraction though? Because I'm sorry, Jeremy Irons and that other French chick is not what I count as celebrities. So it was cool. It's cool that we have a proper celebrity in our attractions. It's woo, that's the real Captain Marvel, because she's the one I seen on the TV.
We also have French Tom Holland.
Don't start this again, Ben. Don't start this.
We're gonna be here for another 6 hours.
I have strong thoughts, but you can listen to the podcast earlier in the year.
Okay. Something really cool that was also at the press event was the sort of Avengers moment featuring the heroes and fireworks and the drones that we talked about in the previous episode. And it was a really, really cool show. So cool that they actually did it again for the opening, and they even did it again for some private parties and for some other things. And it's really shown that there is a place for drones with Avengers. It is such a logical thing to do all the different, logos of all the heroes in the sky. It's easy. They're easy logo to make in the sky. They look great, and they fit within the show. It's just too bad that we don't have money, so we cannot have it every single day. But I think there is a place for a Marvel show.
We should have money.
We should have money. We do have money, but it's being sent back to the US or something. I don't know. But I think there is room for a nightly show. The issue that we had in July, for example, is that Avengers Campus was opening late, but now we're going to go back to average opening hours. It's really hard, I feel, for Walt Disney Studios to have a show that late in the day in the summer, because then, why do you do the whole park until 11 p.m. when it's finally dark enough to have the show, right? But in the winter, they could have something. Why not use it to bring people during off season by having a drone show, a Marvel drone show, and just doing it nightly, doing it on weekends? I don't know. I understand it costs a lot of money to run those drones. Believe it or not, it's in the tens of thousands per night, apparently. But yeah, it was really nice.
And they did similar things with Season of the Force, right? When they had the whole show on Tower of Terror. So they could.
That was awesome.
It draws people in. People stays there. So yeah.
Wasn't Season of the Force also sort of wintry, springy, right?
Yeah,
so
it was always.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Yeah, January to March, April. Yeah,
it's a night issue. It's you can't keep. Yeah. You can't keep the park. It costs a lot of money to keep the park open until you are able to perform the show. Not a big problem Disneyland Park in the summer because it's summer.
Remember even Goofy's Incredible Christmas, and that just died. And we were like,
that was
really good. I really enjoyed that, and it was just like the Walt Disney Studios Park. You were like sitting there, and you were like, I have a choice: do I watch the Walt Disney Studios Park show, or do I go over and watch Illuminations?
Yeah.
And like that was like nice to be able to like actually have a choice and be like, no, I'm just going to watch Goofy's Incredible Christmas because that's the way better show.
They could run just the projections. The projectors are there. It just costs a bit of electricity, which I guess these days is a big deal. But that ugly tower of projectors, like that whole side of production courtyard is just like, oh my god! Every time I look at it, I can't. So if you're gonna have the whole tower of projectors, at least use them. So that was a really nice show, and it did it again for Josh tomorrow, who probably made a few phone calls and was like, I want to see it, so do it again. Talking about drones again, and July was all about the drones. We had drones at Disney Delight, we had drones at Avengers Campus, and we also had drones on Bastille Day, July 14, when they did a giant Eiffel Tower. They did I don't know what else did they do.
French flag,
French flag and everything with the drones, and it was the new version of the Bastille Day fireworks, which are traditionally bigger and better. I didn't expect that, and it was really cool. It was really nice. So hopefully next year we get them again. Avengers Campus opened, and then this is where shit started going sideways for the lands.
Because the Imagineers designed a really nice land, and then they were like, "Oh, but we forgot that guests are trash." And then
we forgot that people are going to go in the land. First of all, Flight Force did not get the best reviews. Cool animatronic, but clearly, I think I still enjoy it personally, but
it's even harder.
It is a very dark ride.
Yeah, it's harder after having done Cosmic Rewind, because that just showed you what a roller coaster with screens could be like.
Yeah, but we were never going to get.
We weren't.
We knew that we were never going to get massive, because we know that show building is so tight.
No, but when you're on that ride and you're thinking, well, okay, we want to do a roller coaster with screens. That really plays into the screens really well, in a way that just Flight Force, it gets so lost.
Whereas that's why we need Today campaign to get this Avengers ride that they're getting in California, and then everything will be forgotten, because who's going to be thinking about that?
Yeah, I mean, when they were talking about like, oh, we're gonna have screens next to the track and stuff, I was thinking like LED screens. Now they do LED screen tunnels. They do LED screens in all sorts of shape. They're curved, they're upside down, they're on top of you, they're under you, they're whatever you want, and you can really mold them in all sorts of things. And I thought that the trains were gonna go through tunnels of screen. They were and then I wrote it and I was like, oh, it's projections like it's different.
Yeah, there's a couple of screens, but you have to be at the right part of the car to really see it properly. It's not the greatest.
It's not a bad coaster.
No, I think it's I'm the kind of guy that's like, yeah, like fun time. Like also HD, it's HD, baby. You can actually see like what's going on instead of just looking at pixels like in Hyperspace Mountain, where you're like, oh my god, it's like it's Windows 95 again. You're like, woohoo.
I really enjoy it. I think, compared to what we had there, I do think it's a fun little experience. And I think, given that, is a high-speed coaster, I was actually pretty impressed at how clearly you can see. Like you say, HD, baby. But you can. It's like, with some of those things, you think, whizzing past it, you're going to catch it for more than a hot minute. But I actually think it works pretty well. Sure, there could be more to it. But for what it is, I think it works.
The loft is cool. I like this line of light that just goes like,
Yeah.
Another one, if you've written it, So that was kind of like the first feedback, and we're not going to talk about the food again. And then soon enough, kids found a new coaster in the Quinjet.
Oh, cool!
And all the kids starting like launching themselves on the slope that is under the Quinjet, and another example of like, oh, we didn't think of that. So barriers and signs and stuff had to be put up, and I think they are still there in some type of way.
Which is really sad because that part looked really cool. And now that they're just like, no, we now have to have barriers on it. I'm like, it looks less cool.
Yeah. And also, like, there's nothing to do. I feel like under the Quinjet is kind of the stroller parking, which fair enough, you need it, but it could have been like, they could have put like some kind of statue with benches around it. It could be like a nice place to relax. Yeah.
There's no plaque for Stan Lee in the land, which I thought was a bit weird. Because like they have that in Cali. So I was expecting to like maybe just hopping across just a little plaque somewhere. Yeah. Nothing like massive, but I thought they would, but I'm surprised they did.
Well, even like looking at the Quinjet, right? They could have even done something with Tony Stark's dad, because of course the land is based on wherever he had his factory. Like, why indeed, to Ben's point, not put something there with some benches, be able to sit down, have it full on teamed, but I don't know.
They could make the base of the Quinjet into like a bench so that you could sit on it, so that they could get rid of that. They could get rid of the like barriers and let you just sit there.
Yeah.
That will stop people from climbing, because people always would. That land is terrible for like shelter, places to sit.
Yeah.
Shade.
Also, after going to California, I really miss having the sort of like Pim Kitchen bar. Kitchen bar. And I realized that, there's no room for a Pim Kitchen bar, but we could have a Stark Factory bar at the back over there. They could have, even if it's only open in the summer, I don't care. Yeah. And they could have like, a counter. And in California, the cocktails come out of guns, they're pre-mixed by whatever company made them. Very easy for Paris. You don't have to mix. It sounds like, foolproof. Cannot take 6 hours to give you a drink. Hopefully.
And they have those like really cool plastic cups, or like the beakers. I love those.
And like people don't go and sit back there, and so people eat inside a Stark Factory in the summer because it's too hot, and in the winter it's too cold. No one does that terrace, and so that could be a bar in the summer, and you could have the Stark Factory bar, and it could come up with whatever cocktails, put some Iron Man, LED things.
Yeah,
they're $20 in US, easy money. I bought a few of them because they're cool and they're big. And
they're actually nice.
Great. Between attractions, it was great to meet up friends there and be like, meet me at the pin bar. And they had a few snacks as well. We don't even need the snacks. You know what? Let's sell some nuggets. And
that's the only thing missing.
This is not what we need. We need to be
nuggets and fries.
Yeah,
I know, but like I'm trying to level up with them here. Like maybe some company can make some Avengers shaped nuggets.
Oh God!
Like the eggs. Anyway,
that sounds really trashy.
But anyway, I feel like the back over there could be like, you could theme it. You could like make it industrial looking. Have a couple cast members selling drinks back there. You can close it off so the kids don't go in there because like alcohol zone or whatever. There's ways to do it. Anyway, the other thing that was a mess.
I mean, they don't close off the like the wine carts and things, so I don't think that's an issue.
It's Europe.
I mean, they even replaced one of the popcorn stands with the champagne carts. So, like,
they have two champagne carts now. They even have one for challenge. The other thing is the Asgard pedestal broke after like a week.
What minute?
Because everyone was jumping on it. It's made up like got a resin. The holes like cracked. Had to be removed for like a month. Disaster. Yeah, it's back now. It seems to be okay. But another example of like, you didn't think people were going to climb on it. Have you met the guests?
Yeah, but I think there's a sign next to it, do not climb on it, and there's a cast member standing next to it almost the whole entire day. So,
yeah, but I was there.
That's where your extra money's going.
I was there.
That's why we can't have a bar.
The first day, and there was like a cast member there, and she was like spending all the time being like, stop climbing. And as soon as she turned her back, people were climbing. Yeah. I'm like, wow. People love to do parkour, apparently. They're like, parkour.
But it's kids also, like, kids are this way. And I feel like, and it's just the way it is. I saw a video the other day from Disney World where like some dad was like, I took my daughter to Disney World and she was just enthroned. Like her favorite attraction was the automatic doors at the Contemporary, and she kept going in and out. And she was just like having the time of her life. And sometimes you're like, you know what, kids, they have their own stories in their heads. They want to climb this. They want to do this. Like,
there's also the guy that climbed the Mexico Pavilion as well. So it's not just.
I mean, there's less of an excuse there.
Parkour.
I get it. So that is July, guys. July, all about Avengers Campus. In August, the biggest news for Patrick was that March Hare had the new ice cream.
What a go. What a go. If you have not taken me up on my offer of me buying you the ice cream, if you don't like it, take me up on it, because it's delicious.
If you don't like it, he will eat it, even if you licked it.
Mail it to me. Mail it to me. I will drink it.
Even with the price rise.
It's delicious. It's delicious. Oh my God. March Hare refreshments, Cheshire Cat, €5. Bisk Bash Bosh. It's so good.
There you go.
I do agree with Patrick on that one, though.
And it will only be €8 come March.
I would say, like, don't tell them, but I would pay €8. I'm like, just get it.
Well, you're the problem.
It's literally delicious. It's so
don't worry, your annual pass will likely no longer give you a discount. So,
well, it doesn't give me a discount there anyway because
that's true. It's yeah. Which, how does that make any sense? Why is that wrong?
It doesn't make any sense because they actually have the button.
Yeah.
They actually can do it.
They're just being like, nope, you're not going to get a discount on your snack. Avengers Campus started right away with the synergy, and it has continued since then. And the first synergy that they had was Mighty Thor, who came out the day of the movie, and it was really cool. She was lovely and great and was on the platform. She was downstairs. She was signing. She was meeting guests. It was great to see her. And it was great to see the land come to life with the latest movies coming out, which is something that, in Paris is kind of mind-blowing. Like, wow, you actually can do it.
Well, yeah, but we
also in those days because
we had a period, right, where we had a lot of these things. Like when Moana came out, she was in Paris straight away.
Was it the Captain Powell era?
Yeah, it was a Captain Powell era.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Remember when Beauty and the Beast came out and they made it into like animation, where Animation Celebration is now? Yeah. They had her at meeting, and then when it was Moana, it was her. Like, yeah, they've done this before, but it's nice to know that they're like keeping up on it. Because we were wondering, was it going to just be California because they're literally down the street from the studios and they're like the sweethearts, and they'll be like, yeah, they can get them in Paris, but like, whereas we've gotten a lot of things, so that's fun.
Yeah, cool. That was nice.
I did actually miss her because I was there during Princess Week.
Hey,
So that was the thing. Yeah, but that's the thing, I mean, Disneyland Paris in all areas has been struggling with labor, finding enough people to work at the parks. So
maybe
Mighty Thor, how am I going to say this without breaking the magic? Mighty Thor was on holiday during Princess Week. Talking about
she was having a royal holiday, right?
She's having a royal holiday.
Yeah. Maybe they should stop laying off so many people and just have enough people so that they can actually run the parks. That'd be good.
Bam. In August we did also have Princess Week, and it was nice this year. There was a new show in Castle Courtyard with Aurora and dancers and all sorts of things, and it was really nice because we don't really get those sort of like traditional. It felt very 1992. It was very cheesy with the classical music, and Aurora was just rolling around Castle Courtyard, and it was lovely. It was just so random.
Like, shouldn't that be like a thing that happens? Like, it should be just a thing that you should have on the schedule in the summertime, like spring, summertime. Shouldn't she just be like? I'm sorry, if you're coming to Disneyland Paris and you have like the best castle in any castle park, or just in general, I'm like, I would nice to see this Aurora. Be like, woohoo! Or like, I'd be like, that would be. I don't really like. Maybe some people have different priorities. I don't specifically need to meet the character if I can just see the character. Oh, I'm dancing in front of my castle. Wow, that was really cool. What's like Pirates of the Caribbean at right now? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's all you need. You don't need to like stand up.
I think Princess Week should be like a month.
Yeah,
it's kind of short.
Like the first one was much longer. No, maybe.
No, it was still a week.
And and Patrick, to your point, what you like to do is what Disneyland Paris hopes everyone likes to do, because, for example, for New Year's, there are no meet and greets, but there are a lot of small happening of this style all across the land, in Frontierland, Adventureland, and Fantasyland on Main Street. small shows, small happening. They also have big shows and parades, but they have a lot of small shows everywhere. And so as you walk around, if you happen to be nearby when it's about to start, you get to see the characters, and then the characters kind of like come down, take a few photos, say hi, and then go backstage. And it's kind of like, I feel like this is kind of the way they're trying to push the needle, trying to like.
Yeah, I don't know whether this is going to work, because I think for a lot of people, the parties are a good opportunity to meet characters. And I think that comes out of all of them. A lot of people come away from the parties going, yeah, I really enjoyed, seeing or meeting Oogie Boogie or whatever it might be.
Well, seeing is a thing. Meeting is a different thing. Are they I see a lot of people who are unhappy that they've queued 4 hours for one character, and then they're like, I didn't see anything of the party. I paid all this money, and all I did is meet one character. So, like, I feel like Disneyland Paris doesn't want to offer these experiences anymore because no one ends up being happy.
And what can happen is even that the character rotates out, right? That's even the worst part of it all.
But I think they need to temper expectations a little bit, or do things differently, because I think there is a midpoint that they can work with. I don't know.
I think we've spoken about this on the podcast before. I think what really makes the park, land, or area, or wherever you are in the park come alive is the characters. So having Mickey standing off in the corner in Town Square is like, oh, okay, I can see Mickey meeting people, and there's a 90-minute wait to meet him. I'm like, man, I don't really know. Whereas having Minnie and Mickey standing in the gazebo waving out at you as you walk in, or on the train station waving at you as you walk in, that's like, oh, cool, I saw Mickey Mouse already, let's go. I'm like, woohoo! It feels like way more. It feels way more alive when characters are out about.
But there's a mix, right? There's a mix where you can have some of that, which. But
at the minute the minute we don't have to play devil's advocate. At the minute we only have characters out meeting and greeting. We don't really have characters. Just
right, but
remember we had selfie spots, and the selfie spots were you were like, oh my god, I met so many characters because you were walking up to Tigger who was on his own, and you were taking a picture and walking away. So I don't know, I feel like a mix is a good idea.
Yeah, and I feel like a little bit to what you were saying there, Ben, where people wait and they only see one character. I feel like that's almost saying, well, the way of fixing our inefficiency is just to get rid of it altogether.
Yeah,
because I don't think there's a solution there.
Yeah, there is.
Unless Disneyland Paris can guarantee that a character will be here nonstop from the beginning till the last minute of the party. I'm not talking closing the line at 9:30 when the party ends at 2 a.m. And, unless they can guarantee that, don't do it.
Yeah.
They should be able to guarantee it.
Boogie at the Halloween party anymore as a meet and greet. People run there at 7 p.m. They don't see the character until 11 p.m. and then they leave. And they're like, oh, I just paid
right. But you should. I agree completely with that. But you should be able to say, well, okay, Jafar can be here all night. Well, of course, Jafar can be here all night. That feels sensible.
But people go to parties to meet rare characters, and I feel like there's a whole culture and there's a whole group of people. I'm not saying it's wrong or right, but there's a whole group of people who really want that interaction, who want that perfect photo, who wants this 5 minutes with the characters.
Right, but I think we need to get rid of that. That has to go. You're meeting the character, you're going to get your 1 or 2 photos, and you're going to have a couple of seconds of interaction, and that's it. In Paris, which I think is great, if you're a character fan, Paris is probably great because the characters will play around with you for so long.
Yeah.
That needs to stop.
Yeah.
Because when you go to Disneyland or Disney World, you get a little bit of interaction, but the character is very quick to go, well, it's picture time now, and bye-bye.
Yeah, well, just to say what Jeff was saying, to be fair, you are spending 90 odd euros to come to this party, so you should expect to be able to if you're putting on, if you this, because what they did in the past for soirees, where they're the characters are going to leave at 9:30, the soirees are 11 or 12 or whatever. So these are you're paying to come in and do these things, and we've already spoken the podcast, so close an attraction if you want to save money. Close, I don't know, the teacups, don't have them going, and so that you're not spending too much money. I don't know. I think there's a way you can do a happy medium, and I think that also, just what I tweeted about the other day, is that, like, you know, when we're coming in, I know it's December, but like, say, take the example for New Year's. New Year's is like a lot of money, and as far as I'm aware, like the Disneyland Paris is the only castle park that's charging you to come in and spend New Year's Eve with them. Everyone else is like, come ahead in, it's in your day ticket, but we plan some extra nice special things for you. So, like, you know, I don't know. I feel like there's also a thing where they need to get the spreadsheet out there. Like, how much do we need to break even? What can we afford to keep on? What do people want us to keep on? And we'll do that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they just need to find the right mix, and I think they go from like one extreme to the other. I don't know whether they've
gone quite extreme for New Year's, but
they go from one to the other, right? Because you had 100 character night where they were like, well, we're going to have 100 characters out, absolute disaster on that front, and then they go to the other extreme where it's like, well, maybe we'll have none then.
But like, I want to see how New Year's play out, because I think they really are trying to do something different. That they've already did a little bit of that for Halloween and Frontierland with the mini dance party. Is that, for example, for Goofy's dance party, people think like, oh, it's going to be a DJ on stage and Goofy's going to be like, and like, no, there's going to be periodic shows that are going to be going around, and, you know, Goofy is going to be on stage with the Country Bears, and then Country Bears come down, dance with everyone, take photos with everyone, walk around the place, and then go backstage. So if you're, you know, if you're not too pushy, if you play it right, if you position yourself, you'll get a quick selfie with the Country Bears. Like, your friend might be able to take a picture of you being like, hi, you know. Sure, it won't be that Instagram perfect photo, perfect background, perfect lighting of you being like, you know, posing with them. But isn't it better? Because then you can go to another dance party and go meet Bleakley, whatever his name is. And it's not me revealing other characters of New Year's party.
I don't go to these things for characters anyway, but, you know, I feel like there's a medium that they just maybe they are going to hit on New Year's Eve. We don't know yet. It's been recorded before New Year's Eve, but we'll see.
So that was August, right? Do we have something else? This is why I have my phone on my head. I mean, we need to talk about this because I feel like it's going to be a long time. The Walt Disney Studios Lake started really taking shape from like the end of summer. So we really started to like see this whole thing coming into place. Shortly after we saw Frozen pop up, the lake is really there now. It's going to start getting filled up, and in August is when it really started being quite impressive. And, you know, Jeff, we have our bench that's going to be installed there.
I'm looking forward to my bench.
Retirement years.
I mean, yeah, it's looking likely to be retirement, right? Well, no, it's what, like 3 years? It's good.
Yeah. And talking about, in September, we went to D23. Some of us, most of us, half of us. 3/5 of us. And got quite I mean, you know, Disneyland Paris fans will never be happy with how much is revealed about Paris.
Oh, we got a lot this time. Like, I think
pretty good. We did pretty good.
I think we can be happy with how it went.
Yeah, we got to see the concept art for that avenue in Walt Disney Studios. Not the most detailed, but we could see sort of the general vibe. So we're talking about an avenue with some trees and various gardens on each side of it, including an English garden, little Mary Poppins gazebo. There seems to be some Peter Pan in there, a little mini theater thing, character interactions. And on the other side, we got to see a concept art of the new Toy Story Playland entrance, which is going to be now on that side. And it's going to have new statues, and it's just going to link up sort of the avenue to Toy Story Playland. And then further down, we'll have the Tangled flat ride. Well, teacup ride. Sadie is very excited for Tangled. I can see you wiggle.
She deserves it. If that's what
I mean, it's kind of insane that we don't have, like, you know, it's such a popular IP.
Is it the first Tangled attraction? I'm trying to think.
I think so. I mean, there's the Tangled toilets at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
And then
obviously Tokyo Disney Sea is about to get like a Tangled Land or whatever, which is going to all of us.
Yeah.
But does that even count anymore? So yeah,
like everything from Tokyo Disneyland, they just announced something. I'm like, oh, okay, well, they did it better then.
Yeah, I mean, don't get your hopes up. I think it's going to be very cute. The building looks like it's going to be in the same type of style as the restaurant and as the control room building and then all the other buildings around the lake, which is sort of like this Art Nouveau meets Parisian park vibe. I don't know. But the ride should be nice. Bit of a teacup, except both with the lights above. That's so nice. Walt Disney Studios, I think because we're all, Disney adults, we kind of forget that there's actually not that much for the little ones.
Toy Story Playland was meant to be like the big thing for the little ones, and even at that.
Yeah, Toy Story Playland is like weirdly like thrill attractions.
Yeah.
I am scared of that thing. What is it called?
RC Racer.
Like, hold on to your stomach, Jesus. And even
the Slinky Dog thing, like that thing throws you around.
It does. Yeah. Maybe we're just wimps.
Ratatouille was like the first part of solving the problem. Oh, I love it. Yeah.
We also learned about the new Pixar show coming to Studio Theater, which we still don't know.
Fun.
I
think that's really cool that they're doing a Pixar show. I feel like that's really unique as well. Like it's not just going to be like I don't know. I'm confident about it. I don't know why, but
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah,
just because I feel like it's more obtainable to do a decent Pixar show than it was to do a decent Marvel show, like in a studio. Yeah. So like this is like something
because we've tried that, and the answer is no.
Doesn't work. Stick on top of a roof somewhere. It's fine.
I wonder what they're going to put in it though, because is it a musical? It must be a musical, right? There's not an awful lot of music in Pixar films.
Well, there's going to be Friend and Me,
and We Belong Together.
Are we going to get like the Big Blue World from Finding Nemo the musical?
Oh, that would be
like that song.
They could couldn't they just basically do Animagique, but this time it's Pixar?
No.
They could totally they totally could. Whereas it's like you just kind of like move through the Pixar balls.
They could put some Coco in there. I like Coco.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh, Coco. See you soon. And so the show is supposed to start this summer. So I guess
it's still currently a meet and greet location. So
yeah, but that is closing on January 9th forever.
Good.
Well, that meet and greet, because obviously they need to start preparing the show. I'm quite confident. It's produced in parts, because I don't want to forget people, but one name that I remember is Mathieu Robin, who did The Jungle Book Jive, who did Dream and Shine Brighter, and is now working on the Pixar show. He's also the one who did that amazing clip of Tower of Terror for Halloween. Are You Scared Enough? The retro jazzy.
That one. That was awesome.
That just came out of nowhere, that no one asked for, but everyone loved.
That's the one that really freaked. I think the one that did the Tower of Terror reopening night, I was on production courtyard completely by myself, and they just started like booming it out at full volume. Like scared the life out of me.
Yeah. So I think we're in good hands, and Disneyland Paris in the show was like usually they're pretty good. So, except that Big Bang Boom Christmas show, whatever it was.
That was fun. I enjoyed that, and I feel like Arvid would enjoy that too because Donald was in it.
No. That was that one with Goofy, right?
The Ding Dang Dong
on production. Yeah.
Remember the one where Donald was singing like
the Ding Dong Christmas show.
Remember Donald was singing like in tinsel and whatever.
Yes,
he got like caught up in tinsel. It was weird.
They were like, let's write Christmas cards, but never mention it again for the rest of the show.
I think when Disneyland Paris has sort of come out and said that, we're making this big new show, Ding Dang Dong was just like we need to do something here. So quickly make this. Like,
they were
every time
show and stuff.
Yeah, every time they've said, we've got this big new show coming, it's pretty much been like a sure-on win.
Yeah. Even like Frozen musical Invitation, I think they've done the best they could with what they had. The stages are gorgeous, the sets are gorgeous, and the performances are good, and they have two tiny stages. They did their best they could. It's pretty good. And now it has benches, which is actually not this month.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident about Pixar. I think it'll be good.
All right. We also saw more of the Disneyland Hotel, but really just a little bit that Frozen Suites, which really every time reopens the debate of like, is it too modern? Is it not themed enough? We talked about this in the podcast before. I think we just have to see it, but it'll be interesting. In September, we also saw the return of the LED lights being installed on Sleeping Beauty Castle, which we had seen back in March or February. And they tried one and then they removed it, and now they're back. And
they look quite nice. I like them. I enjoyed them.
Yeah, they've done quite well. I
think it's missing that turret though. That one turret they didn't do. Like, it's so obvious. Like, I know that they consider it like a back turret, whereas they put it all on the front, but it's front facing and it's so obvious.
Well, there are more turrets, right? I mean, if you're standing in front of it in the infinity spot and look at it all, there are more turrets they should have just added. Just period. It's just whatever. Well, you have it.
I mean, once someone has pointed it out to you, you cannot unsee it. And forever you will see it. There's just no way.
The funny thing is, it's not actually lit up on any of the concept art or the illustrations. Like, this is like, we know it's obvious, but like it's kind of fun.
And they made 7. Choices have to be made.
Yeah, I think it needs to be done. Hopefully next year.
Yeah. Moving on to October, Halloween. Obviously, we've had a whole podcast about Halloween recently, so I feel like Halloween was kind of like standard this year.
Same old.
Yeah, but Halloween in Disneyland Paris is never anything special. Sorry.
Ooh.
It's not though. Like,
I tend to agree.
For everything that's like, I'm such a spooky queen. I'm like, okay, great, but like, what are you getting excited about here? Like,
Black Bun Burger.
Yeah, we get the villains out. We get the villains out for a while, and then that's kind of really it. It doesn't really go. They kind of are like, it's a bit like Merry Jolly Jingles in Studios Park. It's just like, oh yeah, we just like throw this together, enjoy. Like, it's not
really nice.
No, but like,
it's not. It's nice, but I feel like that's old now. I don't know. I feel like it's old. It feels old.
Well, some of the floats are old.
Some of the floats are 10 years old this year.
And the harvest theme, I think, doesn't really quite work anymore because they've gone kind of scary with the whole vibe. And then you have the harvest
theme
stuff.
Yeah, but the harvest theme was never really a thing that I felt like people would connect with, like Halloween. They're like, why are you talking about the harvest? Shouldn't I be seeing spooky ghosts and stuff? And
then you got the music as well, like the Vive la Vie, which then goes into the other song, which name I forgot. Like, it's a mess. It really is a mess right now.
We got a new nighttime projection show, which I personally enjoyed, but I know a lot of people thought it was too basic, didn't like it. I thought it was fun. It was nice to have
I completely missed it. I completely missed it. And of course, you had that weird show on the castle stage, though, which was just odd.
Well, what do you mean?
Where the characters were like, they would walk around for 2 seconds and then they would come, some of them would come down on the street. And then, but it was, I think a lot of people got seriously confused, including myself, just like standing there waiting for something, and then, okay, that was it. Awesome. It's like what they were saying with the cavalcade, just like, oh, that's it.
It's like
meet and play
thing that Patrick qualified as like the latest in dating world.
Yeah, but like it doesn't mean anything. Meet and play, I'm like, it doesn't mean anything. Just be like,
because like play around. I don't know.
Like, what are we going to play? Switch? Are we going to play Nintendo Switch with, like, Dr. Facilier?
No, just going to play around.
Facilier just cracks out the Uno cards.
I'm trying to defend this.
Like, seriously.
I had a good time there, but because I was going during the week at, like, 10 a.m. on one of the first ones, and no one was there, and you just hang out with the characters. It was nice. And there was no queue.
You were meeting and playing.
Yes.
Maybe it was Monopoly, am I right?
God, yeah, all the Monopoly.
He sunk my battleship. You're like, okay, girl.
Yeah, and the Monopoly really came in and went because now it is no longer available, and I don't think it will ever be restocked.
Well,
Okay.
people don't like Monopoly / Disney Paris does not like money, because that was something that they could have just sold forever and people would have liked.
Yeah, and they have a monopoly on that game.
But
it didn't even look that good though. Like some of the community chests were like.
I'll admit,
you've been ripped off for a burger.
I'll admit, I got sucked into buying
Go directly to December. Pay €6 more for the same thing.
move to the Christmas season. Lose your yogurt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cold.
Oh my God.
You haven't made reservations. Go directly back to the entrance.
Yeah, you don't have valid reservations plus park tickets. Please go to the entrance. And you're like,
please don't enter the park until a week from now.
Yeah,
it's 5:30 p.m. Sneak onto Big Thunder Mountain.
You've decided to come with your car. Pay €30. You're like, okay.
Move forward to Fuente del Oro, where someone would just go, closed.
They don't even have someone that says closed anymore. They just have a wall.
Your dessert
here's all the other restaurants you can eat at. All of these are closed too.
Your dessert has vache qui rit or kiri in it. Have a disappointing meal. You're like,
this is becoming too real.
We should have written this game.
Yeah.
Or a version of it. I mean, since they aren't selling it now, I think ours is.
The DLP report shop needs it. The DLP report shop needs it.
We can just rewrite all the community
Spider-Man Web
chests.
Adventure. Skip 16 turns.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you've done Spider-Man Web Adventure. Skip arm day at the gym. You're like...
Patrick and I got stuck in Spider-Man Web Adventure. I'm sure we talk about it.
Advanced to Disney Illuminations, and then advance another forward.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, Disney Illuminations. I feel like we haven't discussed it enough on this podcast. Josh Tomorrow came back in October for the Legacy Awards. No one asked for him, but he came.
Doing your job, babe. It's nice to see you.
Yeah. That was all before the drama. All right. And then Jeff and I went to the D100 event in London. And my question is, where is D100 in Paris? And is it still happening at the New Year's party? Because it's not on the
postcard.
And it's not on the program. We went
for the listener who's listening to this, it is literally the 29th of December. We don't know.
We don't know. No, we don't know. But
the listener will know.
The 30th of December, so we're still before. We'll be okay.
I don't know.
I hope. I don't know.
Remember,
they
were like at Disneyland Paris, the first D100 events will be at the New Year's party.
New Year's, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the articles and all stuff are still out there, but it's not on the program. So now I'm like, okay, maybe it's not happening anymore. Where is the merchandise? What is happening?
The merchandise is only starting to come out in the US too. So I guess it's coming, but it might be, you know how it's like. It's probably going to be like a month or two late.
Great.
Well, there's
Disney.
What is it? It's the magical Hong Kong blog or something. They already have like 100 merchandise items out for D100 in Hong Kong. Really? So, yeah.
Oh.
There's Disney Store UK, and obviously France has a lot of stuff out there already, and more every month, they say.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the Steamboat Willie collection next month.
It seems like Disneyland Paris has gone completely quiet by D100. I don't know why.
It's a long way away. Like for them, most of it's going to happen in Paris in October.
Yeah, I guess. But money is to be had by selling the merchandise, so sell it.
I'm guessing we're probably not getting into October thinking about it.
Oh, God. Well, the Disney store in Central Paris has it, but I think it's from DLR.
Yeah, I bought in the Disney store in Oxford Street 2 weeks ago. I bought the D100 ear hat. Not the 150 one. No, it's just a generic Disney 100 one.
Okay.
Back with the
Yeah, the purple with the ears. Yeah, not the 175-pound mega thing.
Yeah.
Why does it all look like it's dripping on top of it? That makes me think of something else, but that's because
that's the expensive one. The cheaper one is.
No, it does.
That perfectly fits with
does.
the other theme that we had with the food, right?
It makes me think of like nacho cheese, but
yeah.
I don't know what nacho cheese you're looking at, but okay.
The liquid one from the cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope it's good when it does come, and we'll see.
We're gonna make it to the end of the year. This is November.
1 month to go, Patrick. Hold it in.
Well, we can go faster because it's so recent. I just talked about it in the previous episode. Magic over Disney, the new version. That was kind of cool. It was Mickey's Magic Mix on Tower of Terror.
Oh, that's the one I want every night. That should be every night. That's cool.
They are using those projectors, but just twice.
That was really cool. I liked that, and I think that should be every night because it's basic.
Or something to be like, just even to like bring you out of the park. Like, oh, our park day is over, but thanks for coming to visit us. And then like walking through like Hollywood Boulevard or Hollywood whatever thing that is in Studio One, and just be like having that soundtrack on, and he's waving you home. You're like, great.
Projection mapping. They could have some projection mapping on the inside of like the facade of Studio One, the park side Studio One, when you leave.
Yeah. To be like, get
nice.
the hell out.
It is a big flat surface.
Yeah, come over here and get the out of our park.
Yeah. get the F out.
Yeah.
We have a private party.
I was trying to censor myself. But yeah, no, it'd be like, because you know the way we always say that like people follow a parade, and that's the problem, and that like people follow parades, and it would bring everyone straight to the exit. Like, good day, have a nice time.
They'll lock the doors behind you. Yeah.
If you could help us put the chairs on the tables and sweep under the floors on the way out, that'd be great.
Yeah. You can stop and get the Christmas tree thing.
In
November. In November, it was the Christmas launch. And so, I mean, is Christmas also standard?
Well, for a lot of people, it's the first time they've seen the dazzling Christmas parade because,
without a mask. Without 16 stops in the music.
Yeah.
But I think Christmas this year was too basic.
It has been working flawlessly. The parade has been just running smoothly all season, which is nice to see. I mean, they did have a year to fix it, but
But it is quite basic. I mean, all the offerings that we had in years past, we were just missing. I mean, the stuff in studios, right? We didn't have Mickey's Big Band. I was missing that one. It was nothing on. Yeah.
Not even the Christmas loop in Front Lot, like just Christmas skipped.
Oh God, that drama.
Oh yeah,
now we get like Marvel soundtracks.
Yeah, I think it's a shame that they completely skipped Christmas in the studios. I think that's not great.
I think the thing, like, it brings us back to what we were saying about in the previous episode, in that, like, if Disney on Paris really wants to be premium, then you really should be premium across the board, and not just in this year. We're really going to try and concentrate on Walt Disney Studios Park. You're like, okay, but if you're going to concentrate on Walt Disney Studios Park, I imagine you're going to be like, okay, we're really concentrating on it here now, and we have a solid offer now, and we can keep that now, and we can go back over to Disneyland Park. And no, they're like, oh no, we concentrating on Walt Disney Studios Park. Now we're just going to go back to Disneyland Park. And that's okay.
Does the studios even have a Christmas tree?
No.
It
has those little Christmassy hanging up things that look really tacky. You get them in
it's probably the only park in the world for Disney that doesn't have a Christmas tree, because like they all do.
And like you could have really stuck one anywhere and it would have looked fine. But like I don't know. That's the thing. Like if you really wanted to be premium, then you should be able to. Like if like I'm like I know the argument could be said, oh, like what if you don't really like Christmas? Then what you doing visiting a theme park during Christmas time? Like, no offense. Like, yeah, I understand that a lot of people don't like Halloween. So like they do, you can, like, if you slip out into Fantasyland, it's like, or Discoveryland or Adventureland, it's like Halloween isn't even a thing because you're just in those lands. Whereas, like, you know, they have Frontierland if you really like Halloween or whatever. But like, if you're going to Disneyland Paris during Christmas, that's like a money spinner for them. They need to like be making bank.
It was super cool in previous years when they projection mapped the snow falling on Tower of Terror. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Just when they did anything with Terror, like even just like doing the like Goofy's Incredible Christmas or like anything. I know we can't do that now because we lost the stage, but like just even at nighttime, it's like it's 5:20 and the park's open till 6, so we can start projecting things in Tower. Just be like, happy holidays, get the hell out. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like,
I think that's what they should write.
I think it's sad. The Christmas this year has made me sad a little bit.
Well, Plaza Me has some decorations. Okay.
Moving on.
We have this year we have the new chalets in Fantasyland, which has been nice because at least the outside vendors can make a decent snack. Well, yeah,
it's true. I mean, it's
okay. I mean, it was. I thought it was fine. It was nice having some additional food options there. I just think the whole queuing issue is just a massive eyesore. Really? I mean, all the people just lining up straight over the street itself. Like, why is there not even a line somewhere that says just like start looping around or something? No, everybody just lining up all the way to Princess Pavilion.
I'm absolutely staunchly against it for the simple reason being we have spent a long time on this podcast and on many other podcasts complaining about the fact that there is not enough nice things to eat, or they need to be trying to do something new with food, blah, 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 blah. There are many places in any part of Disneyland Paris, be it Fantasyland, be it any of the other lands in Disneyland Park, that they could slip in like festive mulled wine or festive chestnuts or festive crepes with like a chocolate sauce. And they had to put chalets in Fantasyland. It's just insane. It's just insane. They could literally put it in Pinocchio. They could put it in Mr. Toes. They could put it in anywhere. And they're like, no, we're going to put these really weird chalets in Fantasyland. Probably the nicest land that's ever been designed for a Disney park. And they're like putting neon lights on chalets to make it look like it's snowing. What the hell?
Strong opinion. I mean,
it's hard to disagree when it's said like that. I mean,
I tend to agree, but it's I feel like they can't really put third-party vendors in Disney locations, and also.
But we shouldn't. But why are we looking? But like that brings me to the next point. We shouldn't be looking at third-party vendors to be providing a service that they should be able. Let's be real. It's 31 years now. They should know how to like run a joint to be like, this is how we serve here, this is how we get through like lots of people, this is how we deal with a rush, this is how like, you know, this is not, so we shouldn't be looking to third party like vendors who know how to do that, because Disney just doesn't. Like, it's insane. Sorry, that's just my rant. And I see everyone loves them, and I feel really bad because I'm like, it's just madness, it's just absolute crazy to me.
I mean, you're not wrong there, because you also think, like we touched on earlier already, March Hare was absolutely dead because it's there open serving friggin' ice cream in December. We were there as -5. Who is? I mean, okay, I saw a few people, crazy people, but I'm not going to get that. Why not make that little? If they want to put mulled wine or something, put it out of there. It's just that it was such a waste that being open serving ice cream.
The woman speaks sense. The woman speaks sense.
And you know that useless merchandise location that's next to Dumbo? It's like in the middle.
Just the random stuff that they found in the warehouse.
Yeah, it is a big kiosk. There's room in there for it to be a seasonal kiosk. Remove the merchandise, install the food stuff in it. Quick turnaround. In like a couple of days, they can install it. It becomes the seasonal, Christmas offerings.
Just to nuance my like, in Walt Disney Studios Park, I get it. There's nowhere to really get anything to eat unless it's these little stupid food trucks. I get the reason why you want to do a food festival in Studios Park, because you don't have a lot of offerings or enough space for people to get food from. I totally get it. But bringing it to Disneyland Park and bringing it to Fantasyland, insane. Madness. I just can't get over. Just can't get over.
All right. Well,
Sorry,
we haven't even
really
gotten to December though. We haven't gotten to the price.
This is the warm up.
No, I'm really sorry if anyone likes it, and I'm really sorry if you like here or anyone listening. I'm really sorry, but I understand the point, but integrate it to what we're doing. Stop trying to like third party out these sort of things that we should be able to do just all the time. Like just like switch it out. Like here's the Halloween menu, switch it out. Here's the Christmas menu, switch it out. Here's like a summer menu. Like it just needs to be like that. Like, sorry.
Yeah, like you're not commenting on like the quality of the food. You're like, well, great choices, fine, good. You're just saying about how that's distributed, which is different.
Yeah. We're going to stay in fantasy and talk about which is which is getting a new room themed to Luca, Pixar's Luca. That was part of the announcement in November, and it looks really good. I think it's good that Disney is showing concept drawings, concept design when they announce those things, because when you think about like we're gonna put Luca and Bellinotte, you're like, oh, are they gonna put like posters? Is that gonna be like some? And no, there's gonna be some murals, some props, some sculpted columns, a lot of little cute things. It's not gonna be over the top from what it looks like, but it's gonna be that new room at Bellinotte that's in construction. It's opening sooner than you guys think. It's actually almost done, and I think it'll be nice. It'll be nice to have something new, I guess. It's going to be weird with like Small World still closed just across the street, which has been closed for now, I don't know, 10 years. But I think it's a good idea.
I miss Small World.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick, remember when you were obsessed with Small World?
I absolutely still am obsessed with Small World. I just feel like I had a big rant and I don't want it to become like me like, no, Small World, how could you do this to me? But like, but I really, the only thing, if there is one thing that we get in this refurb, the only thing, and I just want them to have the aerial elements working. Have those spinning carpets spinning around, have those little lights like sprinkling the rain down. You have them, it's there, just make it work. Like all this like stuff that's just above your head, that's just like static, like what is that? Like that's the only thing. I just want that.
I miss Small World. Like every time I'm there at the moment, I'm like, I would like to just get on there and ride it.
I feel like for those elements, there's only two outcome of this: is one, they've been removed, or two, they're working. I don't think they're going to be coming back if they're not working.
Then get rid. Like I would rather it just went there, because then you're like, everyone's working, it's fine. Also, do not do this whole, we didn't have enough people to make it into a Small World holiday. It's a Small World holiday celebration happens, and that's just it. Like, do you know what I mean? You're making it into the event. You're making it into the holiday. Like, I love Small World, and I've been watching it on YouTube, and the Small World holiday celebration is like legit. So I would like that as well, please.
Well, they're getting new outfits.
Patrick, do you actually have an opinion about It's a Small World? Because I'm kind of missing if you have an opinion about
that. I absolutely low-key, like not even low-key, I absolutely adore Small World. It's like in my top 5 attractions.
Small World's great.
So good. Stop it. Don't.
We're warming up now.
Okay, and the last thing that happened in November, as we slowly get to the last month of the year, and Mimi's birthday. It was cute. I went to that. It was nice. They had like a cute little show on Central Plaza. It was nice. Did we get a snack for this? No. Yes. No.
There were snacks planned, but they didn't come out.
Oh god. Yeah.
They failed. Yeah. They failed at it.
Yeah. We went to the Old Mill and they were like, GLP shrug. We don't have. And then they came out like
advanced to go.
Like I just don't understand. Like it's a one-day thing. You really cannot have. You really cannot not have it when you open the location. It is a one-day thing. It's not like Christmas when like, okay, the snacks are at 5 p.m. on Christmas opening day. Fine. Like the season's a month and a half. Fine. It's a one-day thing. If you already have them at 1 p.m. Well, anyway.
It's not. I see what you're saying about them. Like, oh, it's a month and a half season, 5 p.m. Fine. Like, it's not fine. Like,
no, it's not fine. But
they should be there.
When it's only like one day of operation that you're having no snacks, like they gotta be here at opening. Come on, Jesus. December. We woke up one day and all the prices of the restaurant had increased.
And you got less for it.
And you got less for it. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Someone woke up.
I do. Someone had a spreadsheet somewhere.
Someone had a spreadsheet. Yeah, I mean, insane. Some insane price changes like 14, 18 pounds or whatever. Auberge. Waltz is expensive again, but the menu hasn't changed.
And neither is the food quality.
It just feels weird that you're paying more. If you're paying more and they've changed all the menus, at least they can try to fool you into thinking that you're getting something different, maybe better quality or whatever. All the menus are the same. Nothing has changed. Everything's just more expensive. By a lot.
But not all the menus are the same, right? Because like we said,
right.
all the desserts are gone.
I was mostly thinking of the buffets and the table service, but yeah, so the quick service, the menus are the same price, or just like euro more or something.
Yeah, they've all gone up.
The dessert.
They've all gone up, haven't they? They're all €1 more.
No, well, some of them are the same price, but they don't have the dessert. Some of them are like €1 less, but they don't have the dessert. But if you want the dessert, it's €4. So if you really want the dessert, it's actually €3 more. It's basically, you need to have like a whole math degree to understand how they're trying to trick us into paying more. But yeah, all the restaurants have increased. And so I personally thought it was a good idea to have this like €42 menu at all table service restaurants, including Waltz. It put Waltz on the same level as all the table service. It was easy for the vouchers. It was easy for people to just, it was just a different theme. All the table service was the same price. Like, I thought that worked quite well, but obviously accounting called and was like, hey, let's just make a much higher margin on restaurant.
The only thing that I would say, because I have a lot of things that I do want to say, but I want to let everyone else have a little shot because I don't want to be monopolizing.
No, go ahead. I mean,
the only thing I would say is that, and I tweeted this is never going away. They're never going to, Disneyland Paris is not going to turn around and be like, we're lowering prices again. This is like the new normal. So like for forever now, this is just going to be how it is. And when you see like how expensive it is, and we were talking about this, I think it was during one of our breaks, we were talking about like how, before you could always try and be like, oh, well, if we get like a menu 2, that's like €14. And when I was going with my friends, I'd be like, oh yeah, like, I can get us a discount because we can all pay together. So I can get it for like 12 and you're getting dessert. So it's not really that much of a worse deal than like getting like an €8 Big Mac from McDonald's or whatever. Whereas like now, even myself, I'm like, whereas I would be willing to spend money on snacks because they've done great work on snacks, and for the most part, a lot of their snacks are quite reasonably priced for a Disney park. Not in general, but like for a Disney park, they're quite okay. Whereas like food now, like going to like a quick service restaurant, like for me personally, it's just not going to happen. I'm not going to sit down. I would rather take my time and walk to Five Guys or to McDonald's, or just bring something with me and just be like, well, screw it. Nobody's going to stop me from having a picnic in the park, so I can just eat a sandwich that I made. So like, there's no way that I'm going to sit down and be like, oh yeah, here's €17 and I don't have a drink, or like €15 and I need to spend €3 more on a drink and have like an €18 meal. An €18 like burgers and chips is just not happening for me personally.
Especially for that burger and chips, because they are bad.
Yes. Yeah. Like the 20th anniversary one was pretty okay. But like, there's no way. It's just not happening. Like, it was like a treat when you would spend that €20 and get like the little €20 20th anniversary like set, where it was like a drink and your dessert and your like chips and your burger, and there was like a little treat for like, oh, it's the 30th anniversary. Sorry, oh, it's the 30th anniversary. I'm having a little treat. There's absolutely no way that I'm going to sit down and be like, oh, it's €20 just for the burgers and the drink, and now I have to add €5 on for a mousse that's pretty like meh. Well, when I was included in my €20 meal, I didn't really care, and now that I have to pay an extra €5, so I'm like, screw that.
Yeah, kind of like you. Like I did the same sort of calculation where it's not that much more than a McDonald's, but I always sort of did that thing where, okay, it's not great, but at least it's not super expensive. Now it's expensive and not good. You're just paying for a really poor meal, and you're paying
Well,
a
and that's
lot
the
of
thing,
money for
right?
that poor meal.
They really need to start looking at the quality of the food. They have a couple of locations with amazing quality of food, and then the biggest portion of the locations just crap out on the food. And that's just the bad part. Yes, you can find decent food, you can find good food, Agrabah, you can go to the hotels or Waltz, but just having a regular, good, decent burger with an actual good set of fries, it's kind of hard to come by, even if you do mobile order at whatever location and try to get it hot. But it's still.
And it shouldn't be €15 just to have an okay burger with some okay fries. Like, it shouldn't be €15.
If it's a good burger with an actual decent amount of fries, and it's not like they just toss the ketchup and mayonnaise at you, I don't mind paying for 18 or 20 euros for a good burger, but it needs to be a damn good burger.
Yeah, no, I agree. And we said, a couple of weeks ago when we said it was quite sad actually that what the best option for us was walking out and going to McDonald's or Earl of Sandwich. Like, that's the better option than paying the extortionate prices for, like, say, a pretty crappy burger in the park. That is bad. That is the next best thing, is physically having to leave and considering your McDonald's to be the better option. It shouldn't be like that at all. I can't imagine ever going into one of the American parks and going, oh, we want to go for lunch. Oh, we got to leave to go to, we got to go to McDonald's. Like that. That's not going to happen in any way. It's
even at the American parks, right? They will try to get every dollar you have from the moment you walk into the park at 8 a.m. or 7:30 in the morning until you walk out at 1 a.m. They want to make sure you can get your snack, your desserts, you can get your food, everything. It's going to be available all the time. You want to have an ice cream in the middle of the night, you can get an ice cream. You want to have a breakfast bun at 5 o'clock, you can get your breakfast bun. You can also get it at 8. Disney in Paris is like, oh, you want to have breakfast? You can better just leave the damn park and go have something somewhere else, because you only get a credit croissant. That's it.
Yeah.
Like what Sadie was saying, like if somebody went to Disneyland in California and said that for their meal they left and went albeit it's across the road, so it's not far, to the IHOP just in front of Disneyland to get like breakfast or lunch or whatever, I'm like, you're absolutely insane. Like,
it's closer. That's closer than our McDonald's, right? Because that's super close.
Yeah, it's not far.
I think McDonald's might be quicker, I have the feeling, but yeah, it wouldn't be that much of a difference.
But it wouldn't, but like it's just insane. Like, and like what you were saying as well, Disney, any Disney parks job should be like, okay, I'm out of getting this person to spend X amount of money to walk through my door. How can I make sure that I'm upcharging, but not like nickel and diamond the guest? How can I make sure that that the guest is going to come in and eat my restaurant, and he's going to want to buy a souvenir, and he's going to look and see a snack, and he's going to look, oh, that looks nice, and I want to get that, blah blah blah, like that. But like, that's the problem with Disney Paris, is that they just kind of walk through the door and then they're like, man, we don't care if you shop here or not. And they're like,
when you go to
Disneyland.
Yeah, when you go to Disneyland, right, you're looking forward to the snacks. You're like, all right, I can't wait. I'm going to have my Bengal barbecue skewer. I'm going to go have my fried chicken at Plaza Inn. Can't wait for all this. And then it gets to lunchtime in Paris, and you're just like, okay, well, what's the least worst option then?
And like, even at that, when the rides are really, like in California, when the rides are really, really busy, you're like, oh, I don't really mind. I'll just stop and have a snack, or I'll stop and get something to eat or drink, or like have a beer or whatever. Whereas like in Disneyland Paris, like some of the biggest attractions or the longest attractions are the restaurants, and you're like, I don't have to spend like an hour and a half in Videopolis trying to get €15 burger. Like, you know what I mean? And like, what happened to this waiting times for restaurants that was meant to be coming to the app? Because that was the thing that we talked about in 2021 or 2022, I can't remember. But like this whole thing where they're like, oh, we're gonna have a waiting time so you can see how busy it is in each restaurant, and that means that you can like pick a restaurant that's not too busy. Like, it's insane. It's just insane.
Yeah. But again, then to Jeff's thing, right? It's then they're showing their own inefficiencies. What they have to work on is also make sure that the damn quick service restaurant is again a quick service restaurant. Why am I standing in line at Hyperion even if I do mobile order for 20 minutes? I've done mobile order for a freaking reason, so that you know that I'm gonna pick up my damn burger. When I get there, they're still like, oh, you want a burger? Okay. And I start like mumbling about in the back, and also they come out and like, oh, we don't have the dessert. Here you have your burger. Your fries are cold. Oh, you want to have pepper and salt? We don't have pepper. I'm like, what the? Like,
Yeah, like, and that's
Absolutely.
the main thing is like, and I again, I do not mean to sound like like rude or mean to people who don't who are unfortunate, because like, let's be real, we're sitting here on a podcast about Disney and Paris. We're very lucky that we can get to go a lot more often than like regular normal guests that walk through the door once every X amount of years or whatever. So we're in a fortunate situation. But like, there is, when you walk into Videopolis or any quick service restaurant, there are people that are like, what's going on here? So whereas like, there are people who like, there are two types of people. There are people who are like, I know what I want. I know, like, and this is why I mobile ordered. So I had this, and this. And then there's other people that are like, okay, I don't know how it works here. Can you tell me, like, what am I meant to do? What do I, like, what do you have? Like, how can I do it? Blah, blah, blah. Can I have this? Can I have what I thought? So like, you split the crowds and be like, okay, people who need the assistance, go ahead. People who don't, like we do, we know what we want. We know the menus off by heart. We can be like, yeah, this is what I want. And like, that's what your mobile order should just be, literally, I'm here, boom, give it to me, goodbye.
But even to that point, right? So if you look at the fact that you pay like 110 or 115 for a ticket, I don't even know what the ticket prices are anymore these days. But if you pay like 100 euros for a ticket, right, to get into the park, or 100 pounds, whatever currency you want to work with, and the park is open from, let's say, 10 till 8, that gives you 10 full hours. If you have to wait an hour to get your damn food, that's a damn expensive ticket that you have, a damn expensive meal.
The food isn't free either. You're paying for the food. It's not
exactly. So you pay 20 bucks for a meal, and then 10 euros on top of that because you spent an hour waiting with your damn ticket to get a meal.
It's exactly what we were saying earlier about Jeff, is that, like, you know, like when like for parties and whatever, like, you are paying to be here. It is not like you're not walking into the restaurant and just going behind the counter and taking whatever you want. You're paying, like, and you're paying a premium as well. So if you're paying a premium, you shouldn't be waiting in lines that are like 90 minutes to like an hour, 20 minutes, whatever, to like get something that's really overpriced and not worth it anyway.
It should be, anybody listening, it should be super alarming that you're saying that I would rather leave the park, go to an outside vendor. Okay, yeah, sure, Disney's going to make some money because it's on property, but it should be super alarming that that's your choice.
Wow.
And when you go to McDonald's, like, I've been in McDonald's when it's been like after we're like park and it's like real busy, and you're like, I'm probably gonna, like, this is my like, I'm gonna make like my will and testament here because I'm probably gonna die here because like so many people. and they get through that crowd and they're like, boom, 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 because they know how to do it. They like, this is McDonald's is not in the game of making people wait, because it means that somebody else is going to walk through their door. As soon as you walk in the door, they are counting the seconds until you get the hell out and somebody else gets in. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's, I know we talked about it on the podcast before, Ben, and I know Disney has maybe, like, they don't want to be like I don't want to create a not nice environment for cast members to be like, oh, I'm really stressed and I have to like get through this amount of people, blah, blah, blah. But there's a better way of doing it, because this isn't the way that we should be doing it. And specifically, if you're going to be charging even more money for less, like, my expectations are going to go up. Okay, right, you want to charge me 15 euros for a meal? That's fine. But I don't want to wait an hour for it. I don't want to wait 45 minutes. I don't even want to wait 15. I want to walk in, boom, bam, good luck, see you later.
Right, it's not the customer's fault. That's kind of important.
They just need to have screens like a McDonald's, and then mobile order. And so if you have a mobile order, you just walk in there and you get one of the 20 screens that are inside Hakuna Matata, and then you get your number. And when your number is on the screen in front of the counter, you just go and get your order and go.
Right, yeah. And I think it's important not to blame the cast member, because it's not their fault that the process is slow. The process is slow because someone in management has created a process like this.
Yeah, back in 1992. You know,
but a lot of these processes are the same, you know, worldwide. Not so much in Casey's Corner, that's like an outlier. But the whole, you know, you order your food, then you go to the next counter and someone's making it. You know, that works elsewhere. So there's no reason it shouldn't work in Paris.
Well, there's just not enough speed and capacity for the number of people that are there. It's like simple math, right? I think from now on, I'm going to be, because I don't personally like soda, and I don't really want a yogurt from Disney or a tiny Magnum. I think I'm just going to be getting a main for like 11 euros or whatever. And then after that, I'll walk around the park and get whatever popular snack is happening that season as a dessert and carry around a bottle of water.
I would likely either go to Five Guys or sandwich, or to be honest, start bringing my own sandwiches. I think it's got to the point where it just it's got to the point where you're charging me like Arvid was saying, like you're charging me 18 euros for a terrible burger. Like if it's 18 euros, I expect a good burger, and I'm not getting that. So why am I going to pay for it?
I mean, no one ever go to Cafe Happy Hour. You know, if you've been to Disneyland Paris before, you don't go to Cafe Hyperion or whatever on Coulis.
Right. Okay, but even going to Hakuna Matata, right? You can get these really average chicken tenders.
But the fact is, Ben, sometimes Hyperion is the only option you still have.
Yeah.
Or you have to go to Casey's.
Yeah,
and
that's
Casey's,
all you have.
And Casey's is like from, again, I've only been to Disneyland, so I don't know how it is in Walt Disney World, but Refreshment Corner, I literally nearly fell on the floor when I walked into Refreshment Corner, which is basically, for all intents and purposes, Casey's Corner. And I walked in and there was nobody there. And the girl was just standing at the till and she was like, "What you want?" And I was like, I was like, running up to the till, like, I have to order something because there's nobody here. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's no way. Like, why is Casey's Corner such a busy? It's not even great. I'm sorry. Like, I know a lot of people like hot dogs and whatever. It's not even a great hot dog. It's a hot dog. It's not. You can't even put an adjective in front of it because it's not great. It's not bad. It's just medium. So, like, you know, it's not even like you're selling like gold dust. And I just,
I still loved a couple of years ago that sign out, like the daily special for Casey's or the weekly special, whatever it was.
It's the same every day.
It never changed.
It's been the same since the park opened.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the iced tea of the day of Victoria's?
Oh, God. That used to be a thing. All right.
I think there's real issues, and they really need to solve it and fast, because you can't get away with charging this money.
No.
Get a whole new food team with new people who have new ideas and are not afraid to do it. It's France. Come on.
Yeah, that's always that puzzles me the most, right? You're in frickin' France. You're next to the frickin' capital. Like, how hard is it to come up with some decent good food, decent ways to heat it up, instead of popping something into a frickin' microwave?
Yeah.
It's like,
you know, I went to Paris on a Sunday a couple months ago, and my friend took me to this little local Central Paris independently owned fast food place. And what they make is freshly cut fries. They have a machine that you just throw the potatoes in, and they actually make the fries fresh. And on top of it was this cut up freshly grilled steak. And they just put that on top. And it was something like 14 euros. And it was delicious. It was fresh. The fries were just from fresh potatoes, freshly coming out of the thing. The steak was really good, freshly grilled. They cut it up. They give you several sauces, 14 euros. And it was just
any street food market in the world can do this. Like, this is really simple.
Like, why can't they buy it?
And they have a lot of people coming in and out. Like,
why can't they buy 3 of these cabinets where you roast chickens and you still put them all on a spit and they all roast and they and you just put them in. They're really tasty, right? You cut them up, boom, chicken. Here's a bit of mash, bit of green beans. Give me 12 euros, please. Give me 14 euros, please. Give me whatever. And I'm
Cookout is a little bit like that. I don't know how they make their chicken though.
Yeah, but like,
is it even real chicken? Not kidding.
But like, it's only chicken.
We move away from the food topic.
No, because it's really annoying.
We're passionate.
Ben. We're angry, Ben.
I think we have to talk about It's a Small World again then.
No, please don't start.
No, let's talk about more food. Different food.
We have to close this episode.
We have to go to the Royal Pub.
Oh yeah, so over at Disney Village, we're closing everything and stuff. Not the Rainforest Cafe apparently, because it's too terrible to close, so we're going to keep that one. But the King Ludwig is closing for something that is temporary, replacing it. I don't know either.
I'm asking why.
Temporary for like 6 years.
Why? Why? Well, I think the reason behind it is that Groupe Bertrand, who does Rosalie, is taking over all the restaurants, and they're taking over that location, but they're not ready to make the new concept. But they're taking it over, and they need to run it with some kind of concept. So in the meantime, they've made this English pub concept that's going to be there for God knows how long, 1 year, 2 years, or in Disneyland Paris tradition, 46 years. And then so we're getting
Indiana
an English
Jones
pub for X years until
This
they
is going to be like,
decide.
it'll be like the thing, right? It'll get popular or something, and they'll just go,
Yeah.
"Oh, no point now."
It would just stay there forever. Everything would have been redone with quality-ish, and then this is going to stay in the middle as an eyesore of the cheap
Indiana Jones. It's Indiana Jones, but a restaurant.
Bam.
I'm glad I'm leaving. You know, I go on holiday from, you know, the UK to go and to another British pub.
You can have fish and chips, which is great because you can have fish and chips in the sports bar and then walk across the street and have fish and chips in Royal Pub. And then you can go to Toad Hall, have some fish and chips in Toad Hall. And then if you are not sick of fish and chips yet, you can go to the Lucky Nugget where they sell fish and chips, but for more money than you even really want to pay.
But you get a knife and a fork, a real.
But you get a knife and a fork.
There you go.
But sports bar is going to go though. It's going to go away. So
Good.
Yeah. And
But they
nothing
can't get
of
rid
value was
of
lost.
it now because, like, if they get rid of it now, Disney Village has a Disney store and a Starbucks and a Royal Pub.
Right. I don't know. It's this Village transformation.
I don't live in the United Kingdom, but do you ever see King Charles down the pub just slagging pints and be like, "Oh, it's a Royal Pub."
Yeah, all the
Every
time.
week, mate. Every week.
Every time you walk into a pub, there's just like a member of the royal family there, just like going, "Welcome."
Yeah, like at the end of the bar, like, whoa.
So we also got a new concept art for Disney Village, and it looks clean.
Oh Lord.
I like how they got around the fact that Planet Hollywood is just to the left by not including it.
Yeah.
So like for the next, well, yeah, but you know, for the next couple of years, let's say a couple of years, I don't know how long it's going to be there for, but there's just going to be a globe standing there for a fair while now.
Are they going to just remove the sign and just be like, nothing to see here?
Yeah, they could remove
it's the
sign,
world of Disney.
and they could have another globe that doesn't turn beside the world of Disney one. Great, doesn't turn, doesn't work.
Well, the world of Disney one.
Welcome to Disneyland Paris. On your left, welcome to Disneyland Paris. On your left, there's a globe. This is abandoned, and on your right, we're rebuilding this hotel.
Yeah, in the middle, there's some kind of back alley behind the cinema that looks like you could get murdered in, and then there's all this like premium, retail area that's just wasted as a giant white wall with old hands and some stage in the middle, like kids dance on,
and some random cardboard cutout of the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, kids, remember that star that you like, Michelle Pfeiffer? This is her hands. Do you want to see if your hands are Michelle Pfeiffer's? And the kids are like, "Daddy, what's a Michelle Pfeiffer?" And you're like, "Okay."
And, so, I mean, the concept, you know what? I'm at this point with Disney Village where I just want it to be useful, functional, clean, coherent. Like, if it's coherent, I think we will already have won something. Because right now, it is...
Don't care what it looks like. Just want it to be fun. That's all I care about.
You know, it just... I think they really need to, like we talked about before, really find the right businesses to go in there. And it's going to be hard because which company wants to go in there? It is a lot of captive audience. I think there is potential, but I don't know if they really know how to all put it together to make it work.
Captive audience makes it sound that they literally have no choice, and they really don't.
They really don't.
That's it.
They really don't. I mean, unless you want to take the RER and go eat inside the shopping center.
Honey, do you want to spend 30 euros on 200 grams of M&Ms? The fuck I do. And you're like, let's do it.
Are we getting the M&M store? I feel like that would not be a bad thing.
Here's the deal to any potential people, right? What we're going to do is we're going to close the park at 6 p.m.
Yeah, and force everyone to
and
I feel
force
like
everyone
I
into
feel
your
like the
restaurant,
Planet-
into your royal pub.
I feel like the Planet Hollywood Dome, if you put legs, become the M&M yellow.
Oh no!
Oh, there you
Please
go.
no. Oh.
Maybe the green. I don't know which one is really round. Anyway.
Oh, please no. That would be awful.
I have a quiz. Do we want a quiz, or is it just way too long as it is?
Oh my God, we have a quiz. You know what? If people have made it that far, they can just go for another 10 minutes. So,
Okay,
by the way,
right.
this was
I don't
this was on
have.
2022 in review. Thank you for listening.
Okay, here's a quiz. Here's a quiz about 2022. Somebody
You
Yeah,
have to
restaurant
say your
prices.
name first.
Some of the answers were already in the podcast because Ben only sent me the topics 10 minutes before we start.
I
Which,
sent them this morning.
yeah, well, I only saw it 10 minutes
It's good.
before it started.
Is it like
Okay.
question one? What's the price of a lion's feast now?
And the answer was too much money. Okay, Sadie, as you know, just say your name when you know the answer. Which Fantasyland e-ticket attraction has spent all of 2022 closed due to refurbishment?
Jeff,
Arvid,
Jeff.
it's Small World. Oh,
it's that. You can give Arvid the point.
Arvid,
I'll be nice. It's
Arvid
Christmas.
gets the point. Can somebody write down who's getting points because of it?
you can just keep your hands up like this. Like I have 1 point.
Okay, Arvid has 1 point. One. Okay, next. God damn it, Ben. I thought this was a good question.
Stop
Which
cheating,
mini-
Ben. You already did that. Like, come on.
Which mini-centric one-day limited celebration took place in January 2022 at DLP?
Jeff,
Jeff.
Polka Dot Day.
Yes. Held in March, what was the first AP party to take place in Disneyland Paris since the pandemic?
Ben, Disneyland Paris 30
Yes. What date in
on
March did
March
DLP?
something.
What date in March did DLP celebrate its official launch? DLP 30.
Oh, the date. I can't remember what day it was.
Official date, not like press around.
Arvid,
Wait.
Yeah.
the 26th.
No, you were close, but no.
That was like round where the AP party was, I think.
Ben,
Yeah.
25.
No.
Someone try different numbers.
I'm gonna guess. Jeff,
Yeah.
8.
So close, but no. Sadie.
18.
26 was close, but it was also
No, because it was the 6th. It was the 6th. He was close with the 6th. It was the 6th. In April, what type of cast members did DLP celebrate, even including them in a cavalcade down Main Street?
Sorry, say that again.
Ben, it was like safety day, the safety.
Yeah.
Oh
characters,
god,
the-
safety day.
It was the safety day. Remember that?
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was fun.
They put like
And it wasn't on the
fire
list,
trucks
though.
in the parade.
Are we doing it
Wow.
again this year? Yeah. Okay.
It was fun. I really liked it. The dogs were really cute. And they had
Remember
some
there was a
Disney
boat?
things.
There was a boat.
Okay, next. In May, which DLP icon was spotted back in Disneyland Park despite no longer being part of the magic?
Jeff,
Queen
Ben,
Catherine Powell.
yes. Which has-been pop group was some of the first people to leak footage from within Avengers Campus
Arvid.
on the socials, despite the practice being forbidden at the time. Arvid,
Black Eyed Peas.
yes.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
I
Remember that?
I remember seeing that footage and we were like, we're not allowed to talk about it. What sweet treat was given away with purchase to celebrate Disney Plus Day in September?
Jeff.
Yes.
It was like a little cupcake with the printed chocolate.
No.
No.
I didn't even hear the question.
Which
Disney
sweet
Plus Day
treat?
treat.
Which sweet treat was given away with purchase to celebrate Disney Plus Day in September?
Oh, Ben. It
Yes,
was donuts.
it was. Which
I had
Disney
the
villain?
blue churro. That's
Which
good.
Disney villain made her controversial Disney Parks debut as a face character in October?
Ben. Bob Chapek.
No, that was July, right?
Debut as the face character.
Yes. Which
Okay.
Disney villain made her controversial Disney Parks debut as a face character in October?
Arvid?
Yes.
Well, I'm not the villain, but Ursula?
No.
That was like 2 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Ben. No,
No.
it was
You can't make a joke answer and then make a real answer.
Kronk.
No.
No.
Oh, Jeff.
Oh.
Yzma, yes, is the correct answer.
Yes.
That was fun. I remember that.
God.
And the last one, which is a bit of a weird one, so I just want a number. Where did Disneyland Park place in the TEA Global Ranking of 2021?
Oh, shit.
Jeff.
Yes.
6.
No.
Harvard?
Global worldwide.
Yeah. Harvard.
8.
Worldwide. No.
Ben.
Yeah.
14.
Oh, he's really good. And Ben wins the quiz.
Wow.
LNG. Promise.
I prepared a follow-up question. We're like, do we think we can do better in 2022? We don't have any more time. Thanks, everybody. It was nice to be on the podcast. So enjoy yourselves. It's been 4 hours and we need to go. So yes, thank you. Goodbye and enjoy. Happy 2022. Thanks for being with us.
And also happy New Year to everyone listening. If you're listening so far, wish you all the best for 2023 and good luck at Disneyland Paris.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you everyone for being on the show, and we'll see you. We'll see you next year.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.